Do you ever get nervous when someone else is driving? Maybe your friend has a heavy foot and drives a little too fast, or your spouse sees no problem with passing a semi on the right. It can be a little less than satisfying to let someone else take the wheel. What about when you drive? Do you drive differently on a soothing trip down the back roads than you would on an exciting trip to the theater? Depending on your mood, your driving style may change, as do your expectations of others' driving styles. What about when your self-driving car drives? Autonomous vehicles are poised to revolutionize how we get around. Driving is one of the most dangerous things most people do every day, so autonomous vehicles can make driving safer. Driving to work wastes a lot of time, so autonomous vehicles promise to relieve drivers of this burden and make driving more productive. Driving produces a lot of fuel emissions, and autonomous vehicles can be more fuel efficient than humans. Driving disables many of us, but autonomous vehicles can remove mobility barriers for persons with disabilities. Autonomous vehicles will serve us better, yet so far we know little about how passengers perceive autonomous driving styles. Might passengers find a self-driving style dissatisfying if it is overly aggressive or overly defensive? What about when their mood changes? Might passengers prefer an aggressive style when excited and a conservative style when calm? Should autonomous vehicles personalize their driving styles to the preferences and moods of passengers? In this presentation, we report the results of the first investigation into how passengers' moods affect their perceptions of autonomous vehicle driving styles. We found that passengers were less satisfied with driving styles when the style did not match their mood. However, passengers also disliked an aggressive driving style regardless of their mood. In all conditions, passengers liked the aggressive driving style the least. In the rest of this presentation, we will explain how we arrived at these conclusions and explore what they mean for the design of autonomous vehicles. Additionally, we contribute design guidelines for autonomous vehicle driving styles, as well as an exploratory analysis indicating promising lines of inquiry for future research. To find out how passengers' moods affect their perceptions of self-driving styles, we asked 182 participants to watch a series of driving videos representing different driving styles and rate how satisfying they were. Before each driving video, participants watched a mood-inducing video to prime them for the experience. We wanted to know whether passengers prefer the driving style that matches their mood, and whether passengers dislike driving styles that are very different than their mood. Each participant did their session individually, and each condition followed the same procedure. Participants' moods were measured, they watched a mood video, mood was measured again, they watched a driving video, mood was measured again, and then their satisfaction was measured. Participants' moods were measured using affective sliders, indicating their levels of arousal and valence. Arousal represents participants' levels of psychological activation. When excited, arousal is high. When calm, arousal is low. Valence represents participants' levels of pleasure. When sad, valence is low. When happy, valence is high. Participants indicated their levels of arousal and valence by dragging sliders between emojis depicting extreme emotional states. Before each driving video, participants watched one of 3 mood videos to induce a calm, neutral, or excited mood. We selected and validated 3 videos to induce these moods. To induce a calm mood, participants watched a soothing nature video. To induce a neutral mood, they watched first-person perspective video of an uneventful walk down a city street. To induce an excited mood, participants watched a thrilling race video. After a mood was induced, participants then watched a video of a conservative, moderate, or aggressive driving style. These driving videos were created using the driving simulation game City Car Driving. The driving styles depicted in the videos are defined in terms of their speed, number of lane changes, and the density of traffic on the road. The conservative driving style stays in the rightmost lane and follows the vehicle ahead at a safe distance. The moderate driving style makes few lane changes and drives the limit. The aggressive driving style frequently changes lanes to overtake slower vehicles. It drives quickly and passes at an unsafe distance. After watching each driving video, participant satisfaction was measured using the Use questionnaires satisfaction subscale. Our results indicate that passengers prefer driving styles that are better matched with their mood. More specifically, participants were dissatisfied by driving styles that changed their levels of arousal or valence. Multiple regression between participants' absolute change in both arousal and valence were significantly correlated with their satisfaction with a driving style. So, driving styles that change participants' mood in any direction were rated as less satisfying. However, participants universally preferred the conservative and moderate driving styles over the aggressive driving style. We expected that participants in an excited mood would be more satisfied by the aggressive style than those in a calm mood. Not so. We instead found that regardless of passengers' moods, the aggressive driving style was dissatisfying. Our results suggest that mood does affect passengers' satisfaction with a driving style, albeit not enough to make an aggressive driving style palatable. So, personalizing a vehicle's driving style to passengers' moods may make their experiences more satisfying, but designers should only vary driving styles within the range of conservative to moderate. Additionally, we observed some unexpected trends in the data that could provide a fuller picture of how driving styles influence passengers' satisfaction. Specifically, participant satisfaction with the moderate driving style was higher when they were excited than when they were calm. If the moderate driving style is mismatched with both moods, then shouldn't participant satisfaction be more similar? An exploratory analysis of the signed differences in participants' moods indicated that passengers prefer driving styles that increase their valence and do not increase their arousal. Watching the aggressive driving style in a calm mood, for example, led to a dramatic increase in arousal and a decrease in satisfaction. This post-hoc analysis indicates that driving styles should not only match passengers' moods, they should increase passengers' feelings of pleasure and should not increase their psychological activation. These results yield several heuristics for the design of autonomous vehicle driving styles. Firstly, designers of autonomous vehicles should avoid creating overly aggressive driving styles. This may, however, change in future as passengers become more trusting of autonomous vehicles. Secondly, autonomous vehicles should drive in a style that is personalized to the current mood of passengers. Said another way, autonomous vehicles should drive in a way that does not cause large changes in passengers' moods. Thirdly, autonomous driving styles should not increase passengers' levels of psychological activity, but should increase their feelings of pleasure. If a driving style has to make passengers feel some way, then designers should try to make them feel as calm and pleasant as is satisfying. In summary, we found that passengers' moods do affect their satisfaction with autonomous driving. Overall, they prefer driving styles that do not change their moods. We also found that passengers preferred defensive driving styles, such as the conservative and moderate styles used in our study, and were dissatisfied by the aggressive driving style. Our exploratory analysis indicates that autonomous vehicles should drive with a style that increases passengers' valence, but does not increase their arousal.